start out by talking about labels. Do people try to label you all? They try to label me in Congress. They can't figure me out. Here's a Republican that drives an electric car. What's up with that? So some people, some people just call me a Tea Party extremist, right? That one doesn't fit too well. Some people call me a constitutional conservative. Sometimes they'll call me libertarian. The label I like the best is when they say, he's one of the guys that came up with the plan to take out John Boehner. What I'm going to tell you now, you might not want to hear. There's a lot of different interpretations of the conservative ideology, okay? So when you get to Congress, you need to hire good staff. But you need a diverse staff, one that represents the ideological spectrum of conservatism, right? So when I hired my staff, I got the most diverse staff I could come up with. So we would have great arguments. I hired half Ron Paul people and half Rand Paul people. You should see them argue. So why did I spend 15 hours in a car coming from Kentucky up to Iowa this week? Because it's the same reason I ran for Congress. If I have to look at my grandkids, we're living in a socialist country or a fascist country, or our empire has imploded, and I have to look them in the eye and tell them I didn't do everything I could do to save this country, I would feel so bad. That's why I ran for Congress. That's why I came to Iowa. You might be saying, well, didn't you look at the polls, Congressman Massie? You should have just stayed in Kentucky. The polls say, we're not going to win. Folks, I didn't look at the polls, because the polls said I wasn't going to win. The polls said Rand was never going to be a senator. 3 months ago, the polls said the Democrat was going to win the governor's race in Kentucky. And now we've got a Tea Party conservative governor in Kentucky. Does anybody here, show of hands, just admit it, ever watched House of Cards? Has anybody ever binge-watched House of Cards? Same number of hands. All right, this is a show. It's a fictional show, folks, okay? I've been trying to explain that to these presidential candidates. They think it's an instructional video. Really, though, if you want to get on Netflix and find out how Congress works, don't watch House of Cards. You need to watch The Walking Dead. And I submit to you, all of these candidates, except for Senator Paul, are zombies, folks.
That's right.
All right? How do I know Senator Paul's not a zombie? How do we know he didn't get hit? How do we know this? Look at his record. He is the only one with a 100% liberty score in Congress. He is the only one. There were 99 senators against him when I stood with him on the floor of the Senate when he filibustered something called the Freedom Act. Yeah. Why did he filibuster it? Because we were trying to undo the evil of the Patriot Act, and they hijacked our bill called the Freedom Act and made it just as evil. And he was the only one that would stand up and say, this is a sham. This is a sham. And Washington, D.C. has been a sham. The only way you're going to fix it is to elect Senator Paul. Now, who's ready for some liberty?